Ladies and gentlemen, up next in the Shyamalan project, I am going to try to defend Signs. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to the Shyamalan Project, where I'm going to be reviewing all of the M. Night Shyamalan movies I have yet to cover in honor of Knock at the Cabin coming this February. I've already covered Shyamalan's first two films, Praying with Anger and Wide Awake, in this project. They will be linked in the eye in the right-hand corner. And I have also covered The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable in separate videos, so do go check those out on the channel if you feel so inclined. It tells the story of a man named Graham Hess, played by Gibson. He, along with his family, his brother Merrill, played by Joaquin Phoenix, and his two children, live in a farm seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Their lives are disrupted with the appearance of aliens. And so basically the movie shows the great confusion that comes with an alien invasion from a very intimate point of view. This movie was my first exposure to a movie that felt truly divisive. I've seen people who love this movie and seen people who have despised this movie and still do. I first watched this movie in my high school film theory class. This was one of the films we watched, and I remember watching it and really enjoying it. But then when I started getting more into YouTube film criticism, I saw that there was a certain subsection of people that just straight up didn't like it. I will not be playing the Nostalgia Critic review of this movie, the one where he is yelling at the top of his lungs. Number one, I respect the hearing of my subscribers, and number two, if you clicked on this video, I imagine you know the clip I'm talking about, so I'm just not going to do it. I've had my own complex relationship with this movie, going from loving it to hating it to kind of thinking of it in the middle. As I've gotten older and mulling on it more and more, I've grown to have a great amount of respect for this movie. And like I said, I'm going to try and do a defense of it here and now, because I understand the crowd of people that do not like this movie. I completely get it. If I were to say to you, give me one good reason why this movie sucks, some of you will be like, pantry door, wood, water, and just rattling off all of these things. And again, from a certain point of view, I get it, and I respect your opinion. For me personally, though, I disagree. I think there is more to this movie than meets the eye, kind of like a Transformer in that regard. I think there is more beneath the surface that Shyamalan was trying to do, and he mostly succeeded. I guess that's why with Shyamalan, I'm a little more forgiving on him than others, because good or bad, Shyamalan puts all effort into it. And unlike some directors who just see it as a paycheck, Shyamalan loves filmmaking and he gives it his 200% on everything he does, even his bad stuff. So I respect him for that. And I think Signs is honestly in my top five, or in my top five Shyamalan anyway. Mel Gibson is great in the movie. I mean, this was just coming off of his peak Mel Gibson, all the Lethal Weapon stuff and Braveheart, but he was still good. And honestly, I think this is one of the best things that he has ever done. His character is a pastor who, at the start of the movie, has left the faith because his wife passes away in a tragic accident, has a crisis of faith, and just straight up leaves the faith. Joaquin Phoenix is also good as his brother Merrill, who's a baseball player who almost went pro, but for certain reasons that are integral to the plot, he just didn't do it. I like the little kids, Abigail Breslin and Rory Culkin. I thought they were both good. Shyamalan and kid actors tend to be a very mixed bag, but these two performances were honestly quite good. I've seen some criticism saying that they're very wooden, and yes, they do have that Shyamalan disease of saying very big words, but they both had very emotional scenes, and I think they worked. Really, in terms of characters, this is the core four of the movie. There are other characters. There's a police officer. Shyamalan himself is in an appearance as a side character, as a veterinarian. He is very important to the plot. And also, like I said, there is a lot of effort put forth into this, from the incredible score by James Newton Howard, the crop circles that you see, which were real. That was not CGI, that was real, and they're very impressive. And there are some genuinely terrifying moments, and I'm sure if you've seen the movie, you know the ones I'm talking about. The birthday party scene, the alien in the pantry scene, that's a particularly good one. The ending, yes, I know, but I like that ending. And I guess this is a good place as any to go into my defense of the movie because, like I said, you ask any Signs hater, they will direct you to many of the twists, including the aliens are so dumb that they were able to build ships to travel throughout space but cannot handle a glass of water or a wooden beam.
That's it.
Thinking about it years after my hate period and coming back into the, okay, I think it's pretty good now side of things, I started to break it down in my head, just how the aliens were able to how somehow make it through space, but they were not able to make it past Earth's water and Earth's wood. I think, and this is just my theory, I think they come from a planet that does not have what we call water. Like, they don't have this stuff, or they don't have wood, or they don't have that stuff where they're from. If you look up any other planets, even in our solar system, you have atmospheres that are made up of elements that would kill us. Just because the aliens can survive on their planet doesn't mean they cannot survive on ours, if that makes any sense. Also, there's a small bit of dialogue, and it's a blink and you miss it thing, but there's a small little piece of dialogue in a radio message where someone on a radio says something to the extent of the aliens didn't care about the Earth, they just wanted us. They wanted to harvest us. Why did they want to harvest us? Who knows, but it's a terrifying prospect. Rewatching Chris Stuckman's excellent Signs Explained video, he was basically talking about how their aliens in movies are perceived as the ones from the War of the Worlds or Independence Day, where they come down, shoot some famous landmarks with laser beams, and they just come and want us to die. But the aliens in Signs are not that. I think, and this is just something that I picked up, and it could be true, it could be not true, but the aliens potentially could be on the run from someone or something. Maybe their planet died, kind of like what happened to Krypton. I don't know, but it's entirely possible. I feel like Henry Fonda in 12 Angry Men. I mean, it's possible.
It's possible.
There's also a popular theory with the movie that the aliens were not in fact aliens, but instead demons from hell, which would make the water theory even more plausible. I don't know if I subscribe to it, but I think there is a logical case for it. To kind of put the period at the end of the sentence, I don't really buy the criticism of the movie that these aliens are so dumb because they couldn't get past these certain things of ours. I think there is more to it than that, and whatever that is, I don't know. I've never met M. Night Shyamalan. I probably never will. But I want to believe that there is more to this movie than just aliens dumb because they can't get past a glass of water. I think there's just more to it than that. And at the end of the day, I'm going to give this movie an amazing grade. I don't care. These are my thoughts, and I'm sticking to it. This movie is so well done, even for 2002 standards. The score is awesome. The acting is great across the board. There's many terrifying moments. And yeah, I think this is a Shyamalan movie that gets way too much hate nowadays. Even though from a cursory glance of YouTube, I see that people are slowly starting to come around to it. On the whole, I am in the defense of Signs crowd. I think this movie, in many ways, is misunderstood. But kind of opening myself up to this, but what did you all think of Signs? Are you in the love it or the hate it camp? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. Please keep it respectful. And coming up next on the Shyamalan Project, Jacob Martin will be joining me to talk about the movie that really started the downward spiral for good old Night. It is 2004's The Village. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.